For several years of my life, I battled dozens of symptoms. I was chronically ill. I was always trying to find the answer to fixing and figuring out my symptoms. I was doing drastic things, including flying to other countries, getting these expensive detoxes and testing done. I was doing so much to try and fix myself, to find the answer. And it led me on a long journey of getting worse, getting better, getting worse, new things added. And I talked a bit about my story with everything that I suffered through in the last video that I did. If you're interested in that, you can go check it out. But in this video, I want to talk about the turning point where I actually found the true answer, what would actually help me heal, and what I did to get myself on that recovery path and actually start making progress and feeling better. In my last video, I ended with this turning point where I got this surgery again to fix my symptoms, and unfortunately it made everything 1,000 times worse, and I began to go into that fix-it mode again. So where we left off is I've recovered from the setbacks of that surgery, and now I'm in panic mode because I'm feeling so much worse and wondering what the hell is wrong with me. And so I go into fix-it mode a bit for a while again. I start getting more testing done. I start seeing more functional medicine doctors. I start thinking there are things that I need to do to fix myself, but then I get into this trap because I'm reacting to everything that's supposed to help me fix myself. And one night I ended up searching online somewhere, healing from mast cell. I don't exactly remember what app I was using, but a video popped up of a man who some of you may know as Helmet, talking about how you don't need the diets, you don't need the supplements, you don't need the protocols, you don't need the medications, you don't need all this bullshit to heal your mast cell symptoms. And that was exactly what I needed to hear. I needed to hear that someone had been through similar things to what I had been through and didn't need to take 47 supplements, didn't need to go on a strict diet for the rest of their life, didn't need to do a detox or test for mold or candida and all these protocols, because all of that just felt like too much weight on my shoulders. It felt like too much, and it felt like impossible for me to do. And I was lucky because I had a background in the mind-body work already. I actually had used hypnosis and visualization to help myself through a pregnancy, to instill that trust in my body at the time before everything exploded again. And I knew a lot about it. And I had recovered from chronic anxiety using these methods. I didn't realize that you could use the same methods to recover from physical ailments such as mast cell reactivity. So when I saw that video of Helmet, it all clicked for me. I finally was like, oh my gosh, I already knew the answer. I already knew what to do all along. It's just that I didn't connect mind and body, right? I just was working with just the mind for such a long time. And there was this missing piece, this whole missing piece of, hey, the body matters too. Through brain retraining, through these activities with the nervous system, through signaling safety at a somatic level. And so honestly, that's what ultimately led me on this journey. I actually finally had the answer. Now, did I doubt it? Of course. Did I ruminate on it? All the time. Did I question it? Almost every day. And that's so normal. But I did it anyways. I had faith sometimes, I had trust sometimes, and other days I didn't have any of that. So that is normal, but you just keep going no matter what. The very first thing that I had to do is drop the belief that something was wrong with me. There was this narration in my head for years and years, probably most of my life, that something was wrong with me. And always thinking that, I was instilling that belief so deep into my core that my behaviors matched it. I gotta figure this out. I gotta fix this. I gotta analyze it. I gotta solve it. What the hell is wrong with me? Anytime I caught myself having that thought, I interrupted it and I said, there is nothing wrong with me. Knowing the science behind the nervous system and how it works really helped me understand that my nervous system and my brain were only trying to protect me, and there truly was nothing wrong with me. The second thing is that I had to change my relationship with my symptoms. Having symptoms feels uncomfortable, to put it lightly. It feels like hell. It's scary. Nobody wants to feel those horrible symptoms. Nobody wants to sit in that and be like, well, I'm actually okay. You know, it's fine. Nothing's wrong with me. But the thing is, every time that you have symptoms and you freak out about them, or you try to fix them, or you fight them, or you get frustrated at them, or you analyze, solve, or you panic, that actually then sends a signal of danger to your nervous system and your brain, and it keeps that loop going. It's what keeps you sick. So I really began to work on changing the relationship. Anytime symptoms would crop up or flare, I'd say, nothing wrong with me, this is okay, it's just my brain and body trying to protect me. This is normal, and I'm safe enough, even with this. That meant that even though I had symptoms, I lived my life anyways. I started working again, I started socializing, I started going for walks, I started dancing every day, something I loved as a child. I expanded my life slowly. I didn't dive in and do all that at once, but slowly but surely I crept up to doing those things again, even when I felt shitty. I just brought that discomfort along with me, and I grew with it. And this began to show my brain and my body that, hey, these symptoms actually aren't a big deal, even though they feel shitty. There's no danger here. The next thing I did is I took time to sit with myself every day, literally just 3 to 5 minutes. I would sit there, I would just notice what I was feeling in my body. And some days I'd be feeling things that were super loud and super uncomfortable. And other days I didn't really feel much, but either way, I just sit with it and let it be there without judging it or trying to change it. I did this every single day, no matter what. And I forced myself to acknowledge what was there, to name it, to allow it to be there, and then to adjust my focus onto literally anything else, whether that was doing the dishes or interacting with my son or my husband or going for a walk or watching some TV, whatever it was. I acknowledged it, I allowed it, and then I'd adjust my focus repeatedly. It's the consistency and repetition that actually retrains the brain and creates those new neural pathways that change the outcome, change the pattern over time. I'll be honest, I didn't see progress fast, and it was really hard to see while I was in the thick of it that I even was progressing. I wouldn't take time every week and look back and say, have I progressed yet? Am I getting better yet? That constant analyzing and hyper-focusing actually signals danger to the nervous system. So I would wait 6 months at a time, and then I would look back and realize, hey, I haven't had many mental breakdowns as I used to, 6 months ago, or I don't call my mom all the time asking for reassurance anymore or open ChatGPT. I haven't been obsessively watching as many healing podcasts anymore. I don't really have panic attacks, or if I do, they come and go a lot quicker. I would say the emotional capacity started to grow before the physical symptoms started to get better. And then it started to be where I'd get these windows where I felt better than I had in a very long time. And then all of a sudden, I would have this wave that would come and knock me off my feet and be worse than I've felt in a long time. And it's easy when you have those waves to think that you actually were never healing, that you're going backwards, that it's all been a lie or nothing's working. You begin to doubt and question everything again, which is so normal. But that's just your brain creating stories. It's not the truth, because the truth is that this is well studied. This is part of how the nervous system heals. It's like a cha-cha dance from hell. You go back and forth, and sometimes you take 5 steps back and then 2 steps forward, and then you jump 10 steps forward and then jump 10 steps back again. And it kind of ping pongs like that for a while, until one day you look back and you go, holy shit, over the course of the last year or two or whatever it is, things have gotten better, but you can't see it while you're in the thick of that. If I had one piece of advice to give to someone on this journey, it's to stop spiraling down the rabbit holes, stop researching, stop going on Google or Reddit or those Facebook groups or using AI. Stop doing those things to research and analyze and solve and figure out, because when you do that, you're saying, hey, there's a problem here, I need to fix it, I need to figure out, danger, danger, danger. You need to write down the word trust somewhere, just the word trust, and truly do that. Just let go. Just decide in those moments when your brain starts to doubt and you find yourself fixing, analyzing, ruminating, trust. I'm going to trust and just allow. I'm going to allow what is here and trust that what I'm doing is enough to heal. And it is. It's been proven. Look at the thousands of recovery stories of those people who came before you. Look at the way the nervous system has been studied. It's been shown that you can heal from so many chronic conditions, even your specific, unique situation, because I know your brain is going,
yeah, but I have this symptom or that symptom. Did you have this or that or the other thing?
It doesn't matter. Everyone is so unique. Nobody has the same biology, the same brain, the same nervous system, the same exact symptoms at the same exact time. You know, it's just so unique. That doesn't mean that you're that exception, you're that worst case scenario that's not going to heal. That just means that you have a unique story to tell at the end of this, a story that's going to give somebody else out there a lot of hope that they need. It's just so ironic to me that after all this time, the answer was in me. The answer was in me all along. It was not outside of myself. I was searching for so long and trying to fix it with all these different things. And I just had to just be with me and find that sense of self again, who knew that it's okay, that it's going to be okay, and that this body of mine wasn't a burden, wasn't the enemy, it was on my side. And I just needed to create that relationship with it again. I know that if I can do this, you can do this too. And this is why I'm so passionate about the work that I do. This is why I help people do this now, because I have made leaps and bounds of recovery. I have recovered from panic attacks, anxiety, PMDD, depression. I no longer get endo flares. I no longer react to a billion foods or scents or the weather. I no longer fear my own emotions. And I have a great relationship with myself, and I now feel more like myself than I think I have since I was a child. So yes, if I can do it, you can do it too. And if you need help with this, check out the link in the comments. Since I have a few different options, one-on-one work, WhatsApp messaging, and a brain body reclaim program that has amazing results at signaling safety to your brain and your body. Let me know what kind of chronic condition it is that you're dealing with. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I read every single comment and I will get back to you. All right, guys, take care. You got this. You can heal. Trust.